Get ready to live your best life loving dogs, as we're about to look at everything there is to know about them in The Sims 4, and we'll start by looking at the basics. Dogs can be made and added to a family directly in Create a Sim, and they have 3 life stages, being a puppy, adult, and elder. They can also be adopted from the home section of your phone. Choosing to adopt a dog starts a mini event whereby you can select up to 3 dogs to have visit your home, and you'll then be able to interact with them and get to know them a little bit. If during their visit you connect with one, then you can choose to adopt it for 200 simoleons. If you think 200 simoleons is a little bit steep, then know that you can also come across stray dogs in various worlds, particularly in Brindleton Bay, and if you befriend a stray dog, then you'll be able to adopt it into your household free of charge. So you've got a dog, but how about the basic care? As a minimum, you're going to want a food bowl and a bathtub, and really they are the only things that you absolutely need. While you can just buy the food bowl, I'd recommend getting the programmatic pet feeders, which you can stock up and then schedule to automatically refill the bowl every couple of hours. Bathtubs are important because unlike cats, dogs don't clean themselves, and so every so often you'll need to give them a wash to stop them smelling like the trash they enthusiastically rolled around in, and of course you'll be using a tub to wash them. While not as essential, I'd also highly recommend a pet bed for your dog to sleep on because they deserve better than the ground, and I'd also recommend having a couple of toys for your dogs to play with, which is always nice too. While you can't play as a dog and find out exactly how they're doing, you will be able to see what mood they're in by hovering over their icon at the bottom left. But know that as long as you're providing your dog or dogs with everything that they need, then aside from needing to refill their feeders or give them a wash, then they will generally take care of themselves. Well, there is also the bathroom situation that we'll talk about later, and there is also the fact that they might get sick. From time to time, your dogs can become sick, and if this happens, then you're going to want to cure their illness and make them better again. One method is to use a Get Better table to examine your pet before running various tests to uncover their illness and administering a treatment. But know that some illnesses require you to use the surgery machine to fix. Treating an animal yourself will train your Sim's veterinary skill, which I'll talk about a little bit later. If your Sim isn't able to cure their dog's illness, then they can defer to the Cone of Shame treatment, which is guaranteed to fix your dog's ailment, however they won't be loving life parading around with their cone. Alternatively, you can actually take your dog to the vet and check them in to get them treated. While this is a good option, I believe the best option is to have your Sim access a pet vending machine that's located on an unowned vet clinic. Provided that no one owns the vet clinic, you can buy lots of things from it, and this includes a wellness treat for 50 simoleons, which will cure your pet's sickness. Honestly, I really suggest making your life easier and buying a couple of these, then you can just keep them in your Sim's inventory and feed your pet one whenever they become sick to instantly make them better. While we're on the topic of pet treats, you can buy many more using this vending machine too, including treats that can age up and age down your pets for 150 simoleons, which means that you can keep your dogs or cats young forever, or make them older if you wanted to. There is also an Ambrosia pet treat that costs 2,500 simoleons. Feeding this treat to a ghost dog or cat will resurrect them and bring them back to life in a non-ghost form. So yes, you can use this to revive your pets, which we love. The final treat that I want to mention is the Poop Randomizer treat. Feeding this to your dog or cat technically gives them an illness which will see them poop out either rainbow or gold poop. Yeah, it's a little out there, but what's more is that if your pet starts pooping out gold, then there's a chance that from time to time they could also let slip a gold bar, which is worth 6,006 simoleons. Sometimes I like to think of pooping gold as a career for your pets, because I'm honestly a little bit sad that pets can't have actual careers. Note that you can also use the Medicine Craft-O-Matic object to craft treats too, with more available to make at higher veterinarian skill levels. Now if you love puppies just as much as you love dogs, then you might be interested in dog breeding. If you have a good relationship with your dog and they haven't been spayed or neutered, then you'll be able to encourage them to mate, which if successful can see your female dog become pregnant and eventually have puppies. Adding the breeding ground trait to your lot can also increase the amount of puppies that your dog has as well. And who doesn't love raising an adorable pet family with lots of puppies? It is also worth noting that you can have your dog spayed or neutered at a vet or by using the pet surgery station, just in case your dog presenting you with a litter didn't appeal to you. And also know that in The Sims this procedure can be reversed and you can have your dog unspayed or unneutered. Now get ready to take a look at dog behaviors and also training them. Dogs will start out having heaps of potential misbehaviors that can be trained out. This can include things like drinking from or playing in puddles, eating or playing in trash, or even waking up your sim. If you catch your dog doing one of these misbehaviors, then you'll be able to either scold or lecture them when they do something wrong. While a lecture or scold isn't always successful, if it is successful, then it'll help shape your dog's future behavior. And if you lecture or scold your dog for doing something enough, then they'll unlearn that misbehavior and stop doing it, and you'll get a notification when this happens. Of course, if you like your dog's misbehaviors, then you can just ignore them while they do the misbehaviors that you want them to continue doing. Know that not everything is learnt in this way. For example, your dogs will need to be toilet trained when you first get them. Initially, when your dogs need to pee, you'll notice them hang out by the front door, and there's an interaction where you can ask them to go potty, which will see them go outside to pee and potentially take a dump, helping to toilet train them in the process. Also know that asking them to go potty will also appear in the pet care section of interactions, and you can spam this to have your dog learn to do their business outdoors relatively fast. In addition to training your dogs to be better behaved, you can also teach your dogs tricks. And what tricks you can teach your dog is related to your Sims pet training skill level, which goes up to level 5. The game calls tricks commands, but I like to say tricks. Even at level 1 of the pet training skill, you'll be able to teach your dog various commands, including roll over, sit, speak, and lie down. Provided that you have a ball, then you can also train your dog to play fetch. At level 2 of the pet training skill, you can also train your dog to heal, shake, and play dead. And note that once your dog has learnt a trick or command, then it'll move from the training to the trained command section, and you can have your pet perform them at any time. At level 3 of the pet training skill, you can send your dog to explore, and this is available on dirt or sand piles. And it'll see your dog head over and dig up and then bring you back a little gift. It is rather cute and can also make you a tiny bit of money, or just see you gain a few random things like collectibles. There are also some bushes in Brindleton Bay that you can send your pet to explore too. At level 4 of the pet training skill, you can start to cause chaos. After reaching this, you can command your dog to attack other Sims, and this will see them literally go all out on the Sim of your choice and cause absolute chaos, which we love. It's really fun, especially for storytelling when you have more evil pet owners, and when a dog attacks a Sim, then it'll give them an uncomfortable moodlet. It's at level 4 of the pet training skill that you can also show off pet tricks to other Sims, which appears in friendly interactions with them, and this can see you earn some small tips. Finally, when you max the pet training skill at level 5, you'll be able to have your dogs perform tricks for other Sims. On top of this, you'll also teach tricks to your dogs faster, and from my testing, I believe that this is around 25% faster. Note that whenever your Sim uses the pet training skill, it's also worth adding the training ground lot trait to your lot, which will help you to level up the pet training skill faster. In addition to training this skill by teaching dogs commands, you can also train it using obstacle courses. You can create a custom course using obstacle objects, and then have your pet complete it. This is a rather fun way to train the skill, and the higher your skill level, the better your pet will perform on the course. How your dog behaves is also influenced by their traits, and a dog will have 3 traits out of a possible 17. We're going to take a quick look at all of them and how they affect your dog. Active dogs love running and frequent walks, and they will also nap less. Additionally, you can roughhouse them, which will calm them down for a little while. Adventurous dogs can go on adventures, which are rabbit hole text journeys. Your sim will have an interaction where they can choose to go on an adventure with their dog, which is located in friendly interactions. And after they return from their adventure, you might even get a little gift from your adorable dog, which we love. Aggressive dogs are more hostile when greeted, and they might even attack others too unless you've trained them not to do so. They can kind of feel like guard dogs in a way, or just scary dogs who probably shouldn't be out in public. Couch potato dogs prefer to relax and unwind with their owners, and they won't run around as much. Friendly dogs are kinder to other sims around them and will even greet them. You'll also be able to ask friendly dogs to be friendly to other sims or pets, which will see them go and be cute and greet them. Glutton dogs eat much more than other dogs, and on top of this they are much messier eaters. You can also give glutton dogs a big treat for 10 simoleons rather than a regular sized treat. Hairy dogs need to be brushed regularly, otherwise they'll start leaving hair piles all over the floor, which is a little bit annoying to deal with. Basically, they're just prone to making a big mess. Hunter dogs can be sent hunting, and this will see them go roaming about. Oftentimes during their roams, a hunter dog will find and bring back a little gift for your sim, which can be so fun to receive. Independent dogs don't need as much affection from their owners as other dogs. You can also let them out, whereby they'll leave the house, run around, and care for themselves for a little while. Jumpy dogs get frightened more easily than usual, and can often be found hiding around the place. You also have the social option to scare them too, which is a mischief interaction that can train your sim's mischief skill. Loyal dogs love to be closer to their owners, and they also love being petted and following their owners around. On top of this, loyal dogs also get 25% more satisfaction points from Feel the Love interactions. Plus, you can also pet loyal dogs for a decent boost to your social need. Playful dogs love playing with toys and generally will just always be down to play. Playing with playful dogs will also see you gain more relationship with them than usual. Sleuth dogs are more interested in their surroundings and like investigating objects or appliances around the house. Sometimes you can ask them, "What's that?" to entertain their curiosity and send them searching around the house. Smart dogs will learn behaviors faster and thus are easier to train, and anecdotally I felt like they behaved better even before being trained. On top of this, they'll learn commands or tricks faster too, and from my testing this is around twice as fast, which is a hugely beneficial perk if you're looking to have a highly trained dog. Stubborn dogs are more difficult to train because they rarely react or learn behaviors from being scolded, meaning that you'll want to lean more towards the friendly lecture interactions instead. You can of course also try to train them by begging them to. Troublemaker dogs will misbehave more often, which is great if you love drama. You'll also be able to click on them and choose to encourage their misbehavior too, which is handy if you're out and about and you want them to cause a bit of chaos. Vocal dogs will howl much more often, and on top of this you can request a song with them to see them try and sing to you, which is very cute. Now we've covered a lot of dog things, but I did want to share some quick tips that weren't covered to finish up. Firstly, know that the Cats and Dogs expansion pack brings with it pet doors, and these can be great to make use of and help your pets to get around. Moving on, and know that if you collect your dog's poop and you also love gardening, then you'll be able to fertilize plants with the poop. Something that is hugely helpful to make use of is the Feel the Love interaction, which can be used on pets that you're close with from time to time to gain 100 satisfaction points. If you choose to become a companion with your dog, then this will double to 200 satisfaction points. And on top of this, if your dog has the loyal trait, then you'll gain a 25% boost, which can see you gain 250 satisfaction points from a single Feel the Love interaction. And this is great in helping your sim get satisfaction point rewards. Next, know that dogs might run away from time to time, and if this happens, then you'll want to use your phone or a computer to post a pet alert, as this will make it so that your dog returns home faster. Moving on, and if your sim is in a sad mood, then they'll be able to give a comforting hug to dogs that they're close with, which will help make their sad moodlets go away faster. Also know that if you have the Realm of Magic game pack, then you can make dogs become your spellcaster's familiar. Next, Keep in mind both the dog-friendly and the dog hangout lot traits. The former will see more dogs visit spaces with their owners, while the latter will attract more strays to a lot. And finally, if you plan on playing with dogs or pets a lot, then consider the friend of the animal's aspiration. Completing this gives your sim the Animal Whisperer trait, which makes it easier to train and discipline animals, and it will also allow you to build up your relationship with them faster. And with that, we're at the end. That's everything you need to know about dogs in The Sims 4. If you enjoyed or found this helpful, then please subscribe and leave a like. I would really appreciate it, and I hope you have an amazing day. See you later!